Thank you very much, guys, and thanks for filling for a short while.
Just a little while.
Just a little while. Just a little
short
while.
Breaks, you know, short filler.
Well, I mean, they were ready to go with the map, and I was like, well, there's only 3 in the server. We're not going anytime soon, guys. But yes, it was EnVyUs actually that just won the knife round, so I expect to see them switch in. Yes, they have just switched over to the CT side. So what are we expecting from this one? It's the 2 big boys basically facing each other in the first game.
It is, but 2 teams in very different places right now. You've got TSM, arguably one of the better teams in the world currently. Eyes set towards a major. Everything's starting to fall in place, hopefully, for them to maybe be able to progress there. This is the perfect place to start preparing that, really get that practice nailed down. But then again, you look at Envy, new lineup coming in, this very, very first attempt at an offline environment. I believe we're actually live into the game.
Yep, we're straight in there, and you can see immediately Kiyoshima set up just on platform with MBK at drop. You know, we heard Natu talking about how you need to get control of drop, and here they go. Dupree straight away in there, smoked it off the side there, and immediately looking to push through window. You can see that just around double doors. MBK on pillar is going to get challenged out. Dupree trying to put the work on him. They are going to push around the side though, and TSM, they managed to get through, but they're in trouble. Happy's come around the side.
But the point is, Envy weren't playing to hold that. They were playing pretty passively then. They were holding from the back, which was really quite smart. But Cajun has a shot maybe at picking up a couple of kills, but that bomb is down in such a bad place. Envy have it locked down. They should be able to close this one out. I don't think Cajun should be able to pick this up.
Well, Apex getting himself a double to start things off. One of the new boys on the team. Obviously, all the focus has been on Kenny S coming across to EnVyUs, but we should not forget about Apex. Fantastic player. Really playing his heart out. Entry fragger, but obviously we're not going to see too much of that when he's on the CT side. And of course that does mean we're going to see a couple of SMGs, Kenny S and Kyo. Apex actually went for an M4 in second round bye.
Well, if he's feeling confident, he's certainly in the right place for this one. If TSM push through, he can do fairly well for himself here. And already Carrigan and the boys going to start heading through towards this, but there are 2 players waiting, and once again TSM being quite cautious, but Kenny just on the precipice here. Apex has found Zipnix, but it's still just about to begin. They're
going to push straight through. Kenny S though just going to mow them down, gets himself a triple with the SMG, doesn't quite pick up his 4th, but Kenny and Apex, the Titan combo now on EnVyUs, holding A side strong, while the other 3 members, the current core of EnVyUs, holding out on B side.
Yeah, it's so far Envy doing what Envy need to do. They're doing absolutely fine. I want to start seeing these gun rounds, but it's a fantastic sign to see Apex and Kenny being the ones to do the early work, just to get their confidence going, just to get that presence there. That's perfect. But now, once again, TSM, not a great deal of money, couple of deagles to work with, but I like this from Envy. They're not necessarily challenging in drop, they're playing from the back of it. Kyo going to push himself a little further forward with the SMG, why not? You've got the MP9, you might as well put it to use. But it's Happy and Apex to be doing the work, and I think MBK has a good idea where that final player is.
Apex did go down, but that was about all. That was just a pistol round for TSM in the 3rd round. Now they're going to finally be going for the big buy. Here come the AKs and head armor. Kenny did go for that AWP in 3rd round, so obviously all that cash he gained from the SMG in round 2. But here we go. This is the real round. This is the one that counts. Let's see how they set up for it. It looks like it's going to be standard setup. No, it could be 4 stack from EnVyUs in B, and that is exactly where TSM are going.
But this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. But Carrigan is through. He's actually gone in pretty far, but a little cautious. And look on the other side. Kyo boosted to a lovely little spot here. Just between the legs on the statue. Kyo there just popped up on towards Happy's head. Not the standard boost. I really like that. But I think they know that TSM will be pushing this. They certainly do now as mollies do come out. Kyo doesn't get the first shot if he wanted, and the T-side do at least have some control here.
It's going to give them the information. They know there was a boost there, so there's got to be 2 of them lurking around statue. Happy does manage to get himself 1 down. Kyo just hanging around the side, but the bomb plant comes in quick and easy for TSM, and they've managed to clear out a lot of the B defenders. Now it's all on Envy for the retake. Kenny has got to make his way through there. He's not going to be able to land the shots with the smoke down. MBK is going to get cut out by Dupree, and it's all on Kenny. He's getting the defuse through the smoke. Oh, they managed to find him. 3 guns trained at him, spraying through the smoke, finally finding him, but he was 1 second away from defusing.
And Dupree picking up that 4K then was vital. But I have to say, Kyo, sure, he was flashed for the first time around. He wasn't able to get that opening shot to deny them taking platform, but he really didn't connect too well then. He was a missing element. A couple of times he should have been able to maybe deny a little bit of that TSM control that came out towards that platform towards B. Considering Envy did stack that side, they probably should have done a little better off the back of that one, but Envy going back in on this. MBK with their head armor and Happy. Everyone else just going to stick as they are. And a little bit of a light bar here. Not the best utility for Envy. And on the other side of things for TSM, they're pretty flush for it now.
Yeah, and looking at TSM, they're going to keep... Looks like Zipnix and Dupree are going to be lurking around B to try and draw the attention while everybody else squeaks over. But KennyS and Apex are in a good position to catch out Device. As soon as he comes around this corner, expecting a pop flash to come out, which will catch out Apex. But Kenny is in a good position to possibly catch them out. He's going to get popping out. Apex will come out with the cover. Gets himself the one, but Kenny was traded down. Apex, Ronaldo pulling his pistol will finish it off. Now Carrigan on the road saying he's going to catch the first ding, but Apex gets himself the headshot, and that has cut this attack dead in its tracks.
Yeah, Apex is having a bit of a monstrous game so far, really doing what's needed to be done, but Zipnix and Dupree are still in a fairly decent position, or at least they were, but Keo does find Dupree now, just Zipnix alive, 1v4. He's got the bomb. I don't think he's going to be able to find much room here, unless he's able maybe to solo out that one player on the A side.
Talking to EnVyUs before this matchup, they were pretty confident in their abilities coming into it. They've had a good chance of practicing. They weren't quite 100% clear on their entire map pool, because obviously they don't get to pick the map. The veto is not in their hands. It is very much in the hands of you guys at home. You can tweet in and of course get onto the esl.gg/IEM vote and pick what map will be played out next as the save comes out from Zipnik there. So EnVyUs with a good start on the CT side, as you would expect, 4-1 start. TSM, we'll see what they can do here. It's going to be another rifle round for them.
But let's also bear in mind, TSM's one round also came from the 4K that Dupree provided. Everyone else is being pretty quiet so far. This is a fairly slow start for them. Not just as a team round-wise, it's just even individually, they seem a little bit quieter here. And of course, Envy want to come in to prove a point. This is the first big showing for these boys. And already doing very nicely for it, but still, Carrigan going to be down to that Tech 9. Everyone else on the AK, a little light utility, but enough to maybe make one play, maybe two at the best. But Kenny gets picked up by Dupree. That's the perfect opening, but they're going to know Apex is still around. It's been Kenny and Apex playing on towards this when it's not just Kenny soloing, so they've got to expect him to be here.
MBK just come through double doors as well. The support is there, so they've got a 2-2 stack at the moment. Covered off around the side. It was a trade, actually, between Apex. Did manage to get Dupree down, but Cajun beat with the quick answers meant Happy is going to rotate, but TSM are being sneaky about this. They are making the way back over to B site. Zipnix is still lingering there. Now he's going to be joined by Device and Cajun B as they work their way through. Now Keo's made his way to window and is almost heading to A stack, so they've decided to go for the triple stack on A and possibly just go for the retake on B site, because B is nigh on impossible to hold with just one man.
Yeah, and already Envy starting to get wind that something might be up here. No steps heard, no nothing towards A, no flashes. And Happy might have just had the best time flash there. He's going to be able to throw out the one player and drop. He does pick up Carrigan. Now they can focus back towards that little balcony area, but Cajun B found Keo, and we're back to a 2-on-3.
MBK's a long way off. He's only just come through double doors as well, so he's going to be joining him. Happy will get taken out by Cajun B. And well, what will MBK do? Will he challenge this one, or will he just hold back? It's a 3-on-1 retake. 9-on, impossible. Device just steps out, gets the one tap, and that was all she wrote for EnVyUs. So TSM get themselves the second round on the board, and more importantly, they recovered that AWP as well from Happy's corpse, and that's going to put Envy on the save.
Yeah, they're not going to have a great deal of money. Maybe a couple of deagles here and there. Wouldn't be too surprised to see that coming out, and I think they're looking to keep hold of what they have. Yeah, so a couple of CZs, a deagle, and a P250. So just going to play nice and close. We saw that Kenny and Apex like to have this little, very close duo. This time Apex keeping his eyes towards that lower side of the A entrance, let's say. And TSM being cautious, and I like that. They're not taking it for granted, and Cajun B's going to be able to pick up a nice little start towards this one, taking down KennyS. But I like the way TSM are approaching this round. They're being very careful with it. Yeah,
they're not rushing into anything. Carrigan's been lingering, just waiting to burst through. A little dink on towards MBK as well. Didn't quite catch him, but Zipnix caught an angle of him, so he knows he's waiting in drop. Apex and Happy still over on A site, so it is just MBK and Keo holding out B at the moment. And Smoke, that's going to cover them off nicely. It's going to stop them out from window. Keo will get taken down on site. The spray from Zipnix actually on point on MBK. If only he knew he was landing. They're going to get an easy plant here. It's down to Envy just to try and pick up something on the exit.
Yeah, and Apex does actually have armor, so he might not want to be too risky. No, he's going to go for a Device will take him down though, and it's starting to look a little better for TSM. They're starting to seem to find their pacing. Of course, Envy started off quite nicely to this, but TSM starting to look pretty solid. Their B play has been pretty much perfect thus far, but Happy now, knowing Device is here, just staring each other down, if only they knew.
So that one little block of the wall covering them off. Because we have the benefit of X-ray, so we can see how close this is. Happy's going to tuck himself in, pokes around, just about the worst time ever. TSM got him down. So more importantly for TSM, they kept hold of their rifles, everything. That was very easy for them. So nice clean round. EnVyUs though will be able to get themselves back up a couple of M4s. Happy is going to be able to get M4. I'm going to say I wasn't sure if he could quite afford one, but just about squeezed it in there. So let's see how they handle this one, because they're going to be very light. There is 4 smokes. Just one been tossed out there. Keo will get the smoke out early. That will slow TSM down unless they want to flash straight through this. No, they're going to slow.
Oh, Carrigan has been doing this every single time though. He goes through the platform, he waits around here, and he either, you know, goes back in or he just continues to maybe make the plays. He's playing confident, and that's brilliant to see from TSM. I want to see more of that, and I've seen already that he can do brilliantly at it when he goes for it, but still. At the moment, they're waiting for the execute here. 1 minute left. They are going to do a full play towards the B side. I wonder if they're going to commit. Last time they rotated, but once again, I want to see if they're actually in their shots for Envy. Last time, Keo missed it, but this time he's on point. MBK is going to find Zipnix, and finally, the CT side are holding this one together, but Dupree is still in the mix.
He's going to burst around the side. There's still 3 members alive for TSM. Device just in around the bomb site. Hasn't been able to plant just yet, and they're trying to even things out. Kenny S comes through window, though. Gets Dupree down. Cajun B with the orb. Still rattling off those shots. Gets himself a double, and now Kenny S with it all to do. That molly is going to be on point, as well as the nade. And look at that headshot on Device. Just pops him out there. Down to a one-on-one. It is Cajun B with the orb.
He's got the tag.
Kenny S is getting the tapping down. He's just got 30 hit points. He just needs to find something. Gets a good tag on him. And now 14 versus 4. One shot will do it, and Kenny lands it. That's going to be the defuse and a big round for EnVyUs.
But my God, that was a little close. Even Device asking for the HP there. They were both down to 1 shot at the end of that one. It could have gone either way, but that was pretty darn close on the defuse. But still, they get it done. They do the job. And seeing Kenny looking confident, Kenny hitting shots, is exactly what you want to see. In the bigger picture here for the boys on your screen right now, that is the form you want Kenny to be starting to find. How many times did we hear that, oh, you know, he doesn't look as confident as before, he's not going for the same plays, he's not making those same shots. If he's starting to look a little more confident, God knows what this man can achieve for the team, but still, looking at TSM now, still able to buy up, absolutely fine on that one, and let's see what we can bring into this gun round.
Oh, they're going to go fast, they're powering through, straight in towards B site. You can see Carrigan through there, but they slow down, they slop. A lot of them, I think it was the 3-man flash I just saw in there before they managed to come through. Keo getting a couple of spray down. Not quite able to land it. Happy going to peek on round, but they can see TSM. They're pushed straight through into sight. Dupree's going for the plant already. This is a quick plant. Will be a 5-man hold, but Keo just rushing through the smoke. Catches one down, but will quickly be stopped in his tracks. Do they know about Happy in the corner? They do now, but Cajun B just flicks around and takes his head off.
Yeah, now down to Kenny and Apex. They're not really in a great position here. Kenny might be able to get something done, and well, that's a good start. Cajun B down. 3 to go. Dupree getting tagged up. Apex finds him. It's now a 2v2. This is starting to become more and more possible. But the player just off to the side, unbeknownst to Kenny, he's just round the corner. He's going to check it. He gets it. Beautiful work from Kenny, but Zipnix stops it. Finally, but the molly's going to buy time. Apex isn't defusing, though. He's trying to fake it out, but oh my God, they both exchange.
Everybody dead, but the bomb down, which means TSM will pick up the round. Close stuff, and boy, does Kenny look like he's on form. This is going to be an interesting match, ladies and gentlemen. Back and forth the action. And now, again, it's EnVyUs going to have to go for the pistols. Head armor coming out from MBK there with the P250. Meanwhile, Cajun B does manage to get himself an AWP once again, but it's a Mac 10 for Carrigan, something we've been very used to seeing him on. But this is a different play from TSM. They're going to slow things down. Zipnix, once again, going to be the detractor, and it's going to be an A-side push. They're going quick.
Not fighting much for it just yet. The only man really here is Apex. The others are rotating over, but Kenny this time wasn't there at the start. Apex does go for the challenge. He's going to get it, actually. Device goes down, and that's perfect.
4-man stack from EnVyUs on A site. I think they're reading this one. MBK actually just pulled away, went back to window. Happy is still lingering, though, so as you said, read it perfectly. Now, Carrigan throwing out that weapon may well have just give his position away to Apex. I'm pretty sure he might have just seen that through the doorway. And there's the flash coming straight out. Apex in the corner. Easy kill for Carrigan. He's going to smoke out double doors. But Kenny S is going to pop around the corner. Oh, he had to land that initial
Great
shot.
flash.
Dupree will manage to catch him. That's the bomb down on long A.
This is still possible. They can do a little bit of work here. But, Keo's so far away, but Happy is waiting. And Happy hasn't shown his hand yet. He's not made a single play. Spots play. He's going to make the shot. He gets it. That's Karrigan down, but Zipnik's going to deal with him comfortably. And I don't think Keo can achieve this. Oh, no, maybe he can. Bomb is down. 23 seconds. 1v1. Zipnik's against Keo. This shouldn't be possible, but so far, this round has gone a little bit on its head. 15 seconds. Time is of the essence. Keo's trying to savor every moment of it, but sadly, Zipnik finds him. And TSM bring it a step closer.
Had to make the move. Just 10 seconds on the clock there as well. If he could have just kept him away, maybe landed one of those little taps and got a tag on towards him, it would have given Zipnik's pause for thought, but we are all square. 5 apiece in his very first match at the Intel Extreme Masters. It's an interesting format, and we heard the guys talking about nobody wants to lose that first life. You have 4 lives throughout the entire tournament. Whoever wins this absolutely will be set up as favourite for the tournament.
Yeah, and I think it was actually Karrigan himself who said it, that basically if you win this game, you aren't going to be the favoured person. This is the biggest matchup. This is what people want to see. And now Apex with that CZ again, up close and personal, catches a glimpse of the shoulder. The flash will come out, but Kenny still is there to back him up, so they do at least get a 1-for-1 trade. It's not the worst thing in the world to lose Apex at this point, but still, Kenny has to be cautious here. He could be overwhelmed on the site, but TSM slowed down, take stock of it. Bearing in mind, the bomb is nowhere near this site right now.
Interesting that Envy went for the Force as well on this round. In fact, they still had 2 on pistols, both Apex and MBK. So they felt a little pressured, realized that TSM were starting to get some serious momentum set up. TSM themselves have switched things up, and you can see Keo, they are all heading his direction. Now the question is, will Kenny and Happy go on the rotate? They are still at A site. I think Happy's going to rotate around the back of them. He's going to have to move quickly though, because Keo's already found one. He manages to get spray down a device, but that box is not going to offer too much cover. Cajun B will take him down. MBK lingering long, just caught a glimpse before fleeing flashed out. Will manage to get the bomb carrier down. Pokes out, he's only got a couple of bullets left, but that's all he needs to take down Cajun B. A disaster for TSM, as they can't even get into sight.
Yeah, TSM struggling. You almost feel if they'd committed to that first play, they'd just gone off the back of it and said, all right, yeah, sure, it's a 1-for-1 trade. We lost out in the opening almost, but screw it, let's keep going. We know we have the better weapons. We know have the better form, but they slowed down, they got caught out, and it allowed Envy to start reading into it. There's so much information gathered by Envy. And as beautifully pointed out by the observers, money is starting to become a bit of a factor here. But look at this, Keo going in with the Mag 7. He's actually in the perfect spot as well. If TSM make this play, we know Karrigan likes to push this. He likes to play it a little slowly. Let's see if he's going to do it again, because if he does, Keo's going to be ready and waiting. And TSM only have those Tech 9s. A little bit of armor to boot, though.
So they've got a couple of smokes and flashes, so there's going to be a hit-and-run burst out with those Tech 9s. Zipnik's just with the P250, everybody else. They're going to be going fast and loose here. Happy and MBK in drop. They're going to be the one that gets challenged. MBK smoked off. He realizes he's going to have to rotate there.
Oh,
Keo with the Mag 7, up close and personal. Like you said, he's in the right place, and he will manage to find one. If he pops out, he could easily get a second. Does manage to get the tag down, but got dinked out there by the Tech 9. And now they're in on sight.
They certainly are, and Apex and Kenny are putting out fires left, right, and centre. But it's Dupree in a 1v1, and Apex locked it down, kept in control, but TSM made that so dangerously close.
7-5, triple kill for Apex to close out the round. And that will...
Apex and Kenny are literally playing out of their minds at the moment. Well, not out of their minds for them in their, let's say their skill ceiling, but for their team. They're a mile ahead of the rest.
I mean, they're the guys, obviously, the focus is on them. All eyes on them. As Natu mentioned, the fact that Shox was taken out of the team was actually quite a big question mark.
Of course.
Certainly a top player. But now just pistols for TSM. They're going to see if they can open things up here. They do get himself one on towards Keo, and they've managed to get in on sight here. They could cause problems for Envy.
Yeah, but the one thing that I see is now Zipnik's in such an annoying position. They can't ignore it, and they have to now challenge. And look at this again. Look at the HP of the T side. They're so low, but they're making it work. And look at this TSM. They were close last time. Now they might as well just have done it, because Kenny's left alive. He's got no chance in towards his site, really. So he's just be holding the angle, and he's just got to sit this one out.
And with the rounds back and forth, money is now very tight for EnVyUs. After losing out in what was just a quick push for TSM there. Real much a lack of smokes and flashes on both sides, both struggling for cash. But TSM will get themselves the round. The question is, can they chase down Kenny S? Cajun B is heading this way, so may actually just find him. The bomb goes off. No, he's not going quick enough. He won't be able to catch him around the back. So he will hold on to their M4, but that is about all EnVy will have in this round.
I just want to keep my eyes on that TSM side as well. And to me, it's just been dupreeh being such a huge factor for their play towards the B sides, especially. He's been fundamental in whatever they're doing in this one. I think he got a 3K in just the last round. So every single time they're winning out on these instances they necessarily shouldn't, he's been at the helm of it. And Keo with a stunner, just going to take down Carrigan. And that's a brilliant bit of information instantly gathered. He can maybe assume, okay, when Carrigan's there every single time, it's been that slow B hit. Will they speed up? Are they going to stay slow? Will they try and overmatch? We're going to find out very soon because TSM is starting to line up.
Yeah, Keo immediately backed away, knew what was coming, so they've gone a little bit more passive, want to go for the retake. Happy's in a good spot to try and catch one as they pass. If he can get that first tick, he did manage to get the little dink on him. Was Device, I think, that was taken low, but didn't get the shot that's needed. And this should be TSM making the way through, but Happy manages to get the bomb planter. Don't manage to quite close it out. Happy is the last man now. Gets himself another, and another one just happened. They just dropped. Device will close it out, but that got very expensive all of a sudden for TSM.
Do we need to nerf the P250 as well? Is it suddenly the next CZ, Tech 9, God knows what? But that was beautiful work. But the thing is that these rounds have been so close between these guys. But then again, you know, how are EnVy going to be on their T side? It's still all up in the air. For TSM, sure, being at 7-7, not ideal, but it's perfectly fine. You'd argue TSM are very strong on their CT side, at least in my mind. So I think the question mark is always going to be with EnVy, regardless of what point we're at in this game. But anyway, into this round, you can see EnVy don't have a great deal of money here. MBK with that 5-7, but Apex just on the precipice. Gonna peek round, Carrigan's down, Kenny's there to back him up. Goes for the third, doesn't get it, and now Kenny's so low, has to back out.
Just the 5 hit points from mainstream. Cajun B, actually, the last man that was around that corner was the bomb carrier. And obviously, as you said, they didn't find him. dupreeh looking to squeeze his way out towards platform at B. Zipnik's just waiting, and drop will find MBK. Quick, easy headshot for him. Happy looking through window with Keo just around the side. That's drawn their attention. He's given dupreeh free time to walk in there. He just caught a glimpse of Keo as he popped around the corner, waits for him to show. Doesn't manage to get a tag down on him, though. Now his team, though, coming in support. Zipnik's just around the side. Should be able to find a shot onto Keo. And now Kenny S on 5 hit points. The only man remaining as Happy drops. And this is looking like it's going to be an 8-7 lead for TSM going into the second half.
Yeah, I think the people at home pretty much got a lovely little map picked here. Nice close game to start out with, and Zimnix will close it down. So 8-7 on the half. I still think this is the thing, though. I don't know if that's something EnVy's even going to be happy with, pleased with, angry at. Okay, they're against TSM, so sure, they can't be too angry. They get a nice close scoreline. But then, how do these guys currently sit on their CT to T side? When if you're looking at EnVy, have they worked on this map specifically? They said they have a limited map pool at the moment. They don't feel confident on every map. They didn't tell us which ones they don't feel confident on.
Yeah, of course.
But, which is fair. But still, it's like, is this one they've been working on? So far, they look pretty proficient. They look like they have some idea of how they want to play on the CT side. But for me, the telling tale is going to be their T side. What can they do here? How much do they have worked out? We're going to find out, I assume, as we are live back in the game.
Here we go. What will EnVy do? They had themselves a pretty decent 4-1 lead after taking the pistol, as you would imagine. This time it's going to be a quick 4-man stack. Device is going to be the man that will find them all around the corner. Immediately backs away. Did he catch him? Yes, he did. Everybody's rotating. Zipnik's on site with him. Carrigan's about to come through double doors. They are ready and waiting for EnVy to come around the corner. Device not going to land the first tag, but he still manages to find the head of MBK. Good flash as well comes out. Now TSM, they're in the hold position.
I absolutely love this from TSM. They're just keeping them at arm's length, using those USPSs perfectly. Happy does get a little close, as does Apex, but still, Keo and Happy, the last two alive. Bomb's starting to make its way forward. There's still one player on the side. Keo goes to the challenge. Device ducks out. Keo's out of ammo. Are you serious? Goes to the reload, comes back, and he still loses out. Device is going to be grinning after that one, but it's still a 1v1. And it's Happy against Device.
And Happy's in a lot better hit points, but Device is going to get the first peek, doesn't manage to get the shot. Now Happy's in a very good advantage, coming over the top. It'll be easy for him to find Device in the end. So TSM do pick up that first pistol round. So that means they've picked both pistols, which in theory should give them the game. It's one of those stronger points. We'll see how they take it on. They had a very good start last time around. They have managed to go for a couple of MAC-10s, and MBK gone for a scout here.
Okay, see how it goes. On the other side, Carrigan as well. Get off the scout. We've got the CZs out, 5-7s. and a Zeus on Dupree, you know. Just to keep it spicy, but yeah, Team EnVy just gonna play this one slow, gonna see what they're up against, and just try and find things out. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, the Zeus. What's he planning with this? Was that a mistake buy? It's an expensive mistake buy. He's actually waiting in drop, so maybe he's just planning on zapping someone as soon as they come down. He's still holding on to it. Often you see people just expend that straight away. Device is going to get a peek around the corner. He's going to find Kenny S. Will get tagged up heavily. Oh, I think he's trying to go for the no. He's just finds the head of Happy, and that's a problem. Now they're going to burst around A site though, and they have good control here. Occasion B Dupree going to come through double doors. Great flash coming out from TSM, but they haven't really got the firepower to back it up, unfortunately. And Dupree will come around. Didn't use that Zeus. Looks like it was a bit of a misbuy. And Carrigan with the scout will just try and back off and hold this one. Not too sure if TSM are going to chase this one down. Yeah, they're going to let him go by the looks of it and just hold on to the site. Only losing Happy at drop.
Yeah, absolutely brilliantly done by EnVy. And I like the way they're playing together. They're not pushing on their own. They're not getting picked off in these rounds. And TSM struggled to do anything against it. I had a little bit of a nervous moment with the 5-7 when they all started to line up as they were crossing to site. But they're no Natu with the I think it was the Tech 9 back in Cobble when he got like the 3K ridiculous thing. But still, EnVy gonna be happy with this. Starting off well. But it's the gun rounds to me. They're the telling point. We saw how close it got even with them picking up the first pistol in the initial start.
So TSM, of course, going to be very much just on a pistol this time around. Of course, Carrigan still did manage to keep hold of that scout, so we'll see where he makes use of it. EnVy are going to just stick with the Mac 10, so Happy just rebuy it on a Mac 10 as well. Knowing that there's going to be not a lot of armor, if anything, on TSM. So they're actually going to go for a 3-man stack at long A here. TSM to try and catch out EnVy, and EnVy are actually heading that way. Apex and Kenny is about to come around the corner.
And this could be a nice little bit of farming for EnVy. They shouldn't be caught off by this, and they're
nice.
not. There we go. Yeah. So Kenny and Apex going to just start mopping up the kills. Hopefully they'll expect him. Yes, they do. And step by step, they're working this out. This is nice stuff from EnVy, just showing that they're obviously proficient in what they're doing. Dupree does a good little bit of work towards Happy, but once again, he's in a bit of a dire situation now. It's, where do I go? They're closing in. They don't want to let him get away with it twice, and Keo's going to take it out of his hands. But the rounds I want to see are going to be coming in very, very soon. But money for, I can imagine, EnVy is going to be looking pretty darn good right now. Yeah, they got a lot of Mac 10 kills in there, a lot of SMG kills across the board. Yeah, they're all sitting on 8K, so that's going to get spent up. I expect to see AKs in everybody's hand. No, Apex and Kenny keeping hold of the SMGs. Risky play because they know TSM will be buying up here. Okay. See how they use this. So Zipnix and Device going to be holding together down by that lower play towards A. But on long, we've still got 3 players lining up. Apex not being one of them.
So MBK is the man that's leading them. I guess the idea is he gets the tag and the SMGs come running around and finish it off.
That's not what we're seeing so far now. Zipnix catching out Apex. A nice little pop flash coming in from Device. And the synergy that you can see on A is so vital. But MBK with the scout doing work, taking down Device. Happy's going to find Zipnix. And I guess you don't need real guns. EnVy can do what they want. But MBK will be picked up. Keo going to be found as well, and TSM is making this one hurt. You come into these rounds a little light, and they're certainly going to be punishing you, but now Kenny with the Mac 10, they're kind of screwed in this.
2-on-2, Happy trying to get a little glimpse around. Great flash there, Kenny S pops around the corner. Happy finds the head of Carrigan, and suddenly it turns very much in EnVy's favour as they pick up the round. Close though, down to a 2-on-2, 11-8, EnVy in the lead.
As if he got a kill with that Mac 10 as well. Yep. That's almost soul-destroying. He was doing the nice little pop flash on the side, and he actually got to use it. And now, money-wise, 11K on Kenny S. He is going to stick with the M4 as well. But 11-8, this is starting to get good here. EnVy is starting to look a little more dangerous. TSM's going to start thinking, all right, guys, we need to stop this now. It started off, okay, they won the pistol, no worries. We'll get the gun round. They don't get it, and they lose out to Mac 10s. You got to start questioning yourself on these ones. But still, Happy. The chance of the opener there does get Dupree nice and low, but still, TSM don't have a great deal of money as seen. So now they're going to be strapped for cash on a pistol, and this should be, once again, farming time for EnVy with the money. Yeah,
Keo picks up the first, and once again, Apex and Kenny on long 8, challenging straight down there and pushing through, not really having too many problems. MBK picks himself up a kill. He hasn't actually had too many in this game because I think all the glory was going to A site earlier on with Apex and Kenny, but this is cleanup duty. There we go. Didn't really drop anything. Only person was slightly tagged up was Happy in Apex. So 12-8, EnVyUs just 4 rounds from victory here. TSM, now they're going for it. Double AWP setup coming out for Device and Carrigan.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing this one, seeing what they can do with those two. But on the other side of things, Kenny not going for an AWP either. They're sticking this one out. He's not going to go for that. He's not going to waste out on this one. He's going to just stick with what he's got. But then again, we know Device is phenomenal at this. We know Carrigan is fantastic as well. And it doesn't matter. Keo pins him to the wall. That's Envy opening up. TSM. What's going on? This is the TSM have literally been Fnatic, Hellraisers. These guys are okay at this map. This is not like the worst map in the world for them. But right now, Envy are actually doing really well against them.
Quick rotation from TSM. Got into position. dupreeh and Xyp9x came in support with Carrigan. They did get him cover off this attack early. dupreeh just edging his way around that grenade. Look at that. Takes Keo down to just 4 health.
Kenny
holding that angle though. Yeah, he's got the AWP from Device. He's just waiting for dupreeh to pop around. Oh, caught a glimpse of the shoulder. Draws the fire, but I don't think they're going to be expecting the AK up close and personal. Keo with just 4 health will pop out, get the surprise, and dupreeh. Apex picks up one down in the bottom there. Now just Carrigan. Actually, on B site, Happy's about to find him, but it doesn't matter. He's going to try and hold onto this AWP. I don't think he's going to let him.
Yeah, there's already someone chasing him down. I can imagine it's Apex, but Apex has to be cautious. He's a little low, and Carrigan just doing work with that USPS, but still, Keo's down to 4 HP. I get a little scared when they start going wild with the pistols these days, because apparently, you know, they're pretty darn strong. Look at that P250 play earlier, but still. Carrigan trying to keep hold of this. Obviously, that double AWP was extraordinarily expensive. They now know Kenny's going to have the AWP on the other side, so it's going to start getting very costly for TSM.
Yeah, meanwhile, Kenny is sitting on 14,000.
And he already has.
The round hasn't even ended with the bomb going off, yeah. And he already has the AWP, as you say. Are they going to track him down? They know he's going to be up in sniper, but it doesn't look like they're going to find him before the round ends. So, Envy take it to 13-8. This is a very good T side for them so far. 6 rounds back-to-back on the T side. TSM yet to respond.
But this is the thing, it's in my mind. It's like, okay, when's TSM going to kick in? When are they going to arrive here? Because at the moment, I'm not seeing that on their CT side at all. But then again, it's like there was always that question mark around Envy, wasn't it? So, how good do they come in? How hot can they be? And I think we're getting a bit of an answer here. Now, let's take a look at this one. We're going to have Carrigan again with the AWP. Kenny, obviously sticking on the other side. But Keo, already working his way in towards his B site. It's not a play towards B either. The bomb's still by A, but Keo's certainly trying to get their attention. They're trying to sell this one out, but Carrigan's not going to let that slip. He knows something's up. He spots him out, but Happy's still going to find Cage and B anyway. And now this is going to get a little bit more difficult.
Apex and Kenny have been working long A all day long, it seems. But now the rotate is on, as you say, B site. Keo got in early, Happy's with him, and now the rest of the team are going to join him. So they try and set themselves up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to be the CT players there. They can't commit to this. They can't completely have faith this is going to be the play, but Device is holding strong. He's trying to keep this one under wraps. Keo goes down. 2 players still on the platform, though. He's getting tagged up left, right, and center. MBK now joined by Apex. Molly is going to do enough if he just gets tickled, and he does. Apex going to pick that one up. And now look at this. Carrigan's in that awkward predicament. He's trying to watch the play. He's going to try and watch that platform push, but Kenny on the other side of things, but the bomb's not here. The bomb is still in question. Happy finding Xyp9x, may draw it back there, but you've got Happy around the backside. They've literally got them pincered in. dupreeh is in a dire situation, and Happy's going to do the damage. And Envy are looking absolutely formidable.
They're looking unstoppable on the T side right now. TSM don't really have an answer, and now they're absolutely money screwed. Just buying what they can for masses is all that they can really afford. There is still the AWP for Device, though. Gone full glass cannon, but they haven't really been able to find the kills either on this CT side. And again, it is Kenny and Apex heading towards long A. Keo and Happy probing at B. And everywhere it seems to be working for them. Keo's pushed straight through already onto B platform. Meanwhile, Device, you say, no armor on Device here. He's going to get challenged, but he finds the shot on Kenny.
Yeah, nicely done then, but a 1-for-1 exchange is going to make it hard for TSM now. They have to put out the fires on every single site, but dupreeh's going to find Happy. But keep your eyes on that bomb. It's still going towards A. Xyp9x now lies in wait. He gets found by Apex, who's having a monster of a game. And now 3v3. Envy have the chance towards the side, but once again, Keo's going to be able to lurk around the back, similar to what Happy did previously, and it's going to be the same predicament for TSM if they're not careful. But They might be able to start out that bomb. They might be able to get around the back. And already they're starting to consider where the hell's Keo gone.
Apex in the open on A site, Keo in the open on B site. It's a case of who will find the shot first. Cajun and Dupree holding steady while Carrigan's the man that goes looking, but Apex is ready for him. Will find the head and collect the bomb. Now he's going to make his way around to B. It's a long rotate, 38 seconds on the clock.
Oh,
Cajun B realizes it. Yeah, Keo. Cajun B's going to go window, which is good use, but did he hear the jump? Did he hear the footsteps? I don't think he did. Cajun B's creeping around here. They will definitely have heard Apex come clumping through. He's heading into sight, but look at Cajun B holding the angle. Oh, and he doesn't land the first shot. Gets the second. And now Keo all in a 1-on-2. 15 seconds on the clock. He has to find the kills.
He's going for it now. He does get the first. That's Cajun B down, and Dupree's on 5 HP. Keo on 1. One bullet could end either of these players. 5 seconds. He doesn't have time for the plant anymore. He knows that. He's just trying to wildly spray in, and Dupree's just going to kick back, have a little look at that fire serpent and say, all right, we're still keeping this one just in reach. And I mean just.
The first round for TSM on CT side. Took them 8 rounds running for them to finally get on the board, and the fact that it went down to that 1-on-1 means they still can't afford a full buy, while TSM, EnVy, can just stack themselves out. Kenny back on that AWP. Let's see how they play this one out. They've been a little fast and loose as the rounds have been progressing. That may be what's just caught them out, but Keo pushing through the smoke every single round. He's so confident right now.
They've got so much star power on EnVy. When Keo performs, when Apex performs, and Kenny's on point, you have a huge team there with so much explosive kind of ability. But Carrigan trying to lurk a little closer, trying to maybe get a glimpse, but the boost is coming out. Apex is still going to open it up down towards Device. That now leaves the hole in towards A. They're going to have to try and pull people back from B. Keo then can maybe lurk around the back. Oh, he's trying to get a glimpse, but they've got to know that he's in the smoke. But look at this. Carrigan goes straight up, gets picked up by Happy, and now EnVy have a huge advantage, and this should be them getting on to 15.
This 3-2 stack has been working wonderfully for EnVyUs. 3 over to A, just keep probing all those positions, and they're just winning out in the duels. That's the main part. Cajun B does get a good spray down onto Keo there. Gets him before he drops, and finds a second onto Happy. And that Molly's going to flush him out. Keep him away from that statue. Dupree coming around the back, gets himself a double. Just one man standing. MBK in a 1-on-3. Very difficult position for him. And it hasn't been getting too many kills so far in this game. He knows that Dupree is still just back around the side, and he's going to be aware Zipnix is at doors.
Can he do absolutely nothing? Dupree's going to make the challenge. He picks up 3, and just Dupree going wandering around the back. He walked on towards them at the perfect time, able to pick them up, lock them down, and just say no. And Dupree is the hyper carry right now. He's on 27 kills. On the other side of things, you flip the coin. EnVy have 3 players who are doing pretty darn well for themselves. Apex, Happy, and Kenny. Bearing in mind the aggression Keo's had as well, 15 to 15. He's just been going in, maybe getting a 1-for-1 exchange, but he's doing perfectly for a side on the T side to make the CTs always have to be slightly weaker.
Keo, for the first time, hasn't pushed on through that smoke. He's delayed things, which tells me that's obviously setting something up over at A side. Device is holding the angle. He's been a bit more deeper this time, waiting for Apex and Kenny, who've pushed this around every single round. So he's fully aware that they are coming. The question is, can they get the flash out? Can they shoulder peek it? Oh, the flick shot misses from Device, and that takes him down to 48 health. He's going to have to back away. Keo, meanwhile, was taking over down at B.
Yeah, Dupree gone. There goes the hyper carry. Let's see what's going to be found here by EnVy. Bomb still not committed fully. Cajun B goes for the challenge towards Happy. Device still present. They can still hold this A site. They can still do this. The 3 players from TSM, though, down to the bare bones of the utility. Couple of flashes, 1 molly, maybe able to do something with it, but Zipnix doesn't need it. He's going to find Apex, and look at the T side, they're so low now. Kenny sitting pretty with the AWP, but MBK and Happy both under 15 HP here. 30 seconds, they need to make a move. Carrigan holding on, Kenny gets found. Zipnix doing absolute work for TSM here. Now just MBK and Happy have to make the play. Carrigan's going to find Happy. It's down to MBK on his own. His position's known. They're going to spray for it. And Zipnix, big round comes in for him. You know, Device wasn't able to deliver on long, as we've seen, but Zipnix played it perfectly when needed.
The problem is that EnVy had such a great lead early on. They built up such a bank that now the round loss is kicking in, and they've still got lots of money, so still able to just buy everything right back in there. But TSM definitely has slowed things down here. Picked up the last 3 rounds running. Starting to get a little feel of what EnVy, this new look EnVy, is all about. Which obviously, you know, that's the tricky part for TSM. They've come into this game very much on new ground. playing a new Envy. Seeing if there was anything new that Happy, the in-game leader for Envy, had in his bag of tricks with his new Kenny S and Apex feel. So far, they have been hitting A-Long every round, and they're doing it again on device.
Well, didn't work out before. Last time it was Zipnix who held it pretty well. Checking close, no one there. Already devices backed up. They're starting to play a lot deeper on the sites. They're allowing the T-side to get more map control and then just stopping them at the very last point possible. But it's a dangerous game to play. But Apex so low, he's been a massive factor in towards opening up these sites. Happy trying to get any sort of connection towards drop, not going to get it. 47 seconds, they need to make the play soon, otherwise they're going to start running out of time.
MBK flashed up, he was about to push through. Here goes Keo, Apex is with him, they're going to be moving up the ramp there. Zipnix is in trouble, he's getting shot from every angle. Keo's the man that will find the initial kill. Cajun B round the back there. Device was on site, he was dropped. Cajun B gets himself a double. Can he get a triple? No, MBK on site will manage to get it. He had the bomb, so Plant coming in. Dupree comes around the side, gets himself one. Spray transfer, not enough. Happy will take him down. Carrigan dropped by a second. And finally, Envy put themselves onto match point. 15-11. TSM up against it. They should be able to afford everything here. So it will be rifles on rifles, although say that, Kenny S starts to hurt for cash. Go on, Tech 9.
Look at TSM, they're not that well off here. They're actually pretty poor, if I'm honest. I think they're going to be on...
They're on pistols.
Yeah, they don't have much to do. Carrigan, he can do a little bit of work. Sure, he's got the M4, but outside that, a little bit of armor. KGB doesn't even have armor at the moment. He's just got the Deagle, and Envy really making an impression this tournament already. Kenny going to find Device. The battle once again won out on long. Carrigan at least does find Keo, so not going to make it too easy. And they can get another gun out, but he gets caught out on platform. But I think the gun got dropped, so at least Cajun B can recover that.
Yeah, he went for the Tech 9 through the M4 to Cajun B, but sadly was taken down in the process. So good cover from EnVyUs there. Mentioned to get the spray down. It's Happy that was covering off. He's edging towards Cajun B just below him. Happy directly above as they squeak their way through. The rest of the team starting to rotate. Happy does manage to find him. That's going to open up the side. Dupree round the side, trying with a Deagle, not going to work out. Happy gets himself a triple, and now the site is all theirs. It's all on Zipnix with just a pistol and a prayer to try and stop them. It's Happy down, but is that all?
Oh, bearing in mind Device decided the game's over. He was right to be doing so, but EnVyUs, what an impression into their first offline event in this form. These guys have come out, they've looked good. Kenny, the player you can see there, a well-named figure, having a great game. Apex as well, also doing well. Everyone questions, can these guys perform? Can they find their footing? Can they start playing confidently? So far, the answer is a resounding yes.
Yeah, definitely looking very strong. Their T-side, you know, we were questioning because we were saying TSM, they got a strong CT side. Yeah. What will they bring? Very strong opening from EnVyUs, taking down TSM. The new look, EnVyUs, and honestly, Apex and Kenny S looked on fire in that matchup. Yes, it was only one game. We'll see how it progresses through the tournament, but things are looking strong to start with. Is it just going to be the romance that you get in a very
the honeymoon period?
The honeymoon period, you know, to starting things off strong. Will it carry through this tournament? We'll obviously find out because there's plenty of matches to go. But TSM, they lose themselves a life here. Remember, it's all about lives. It's not just a straight double a limb knockout. This is completely different. This has come from the mind of Carmack, and it's now transferred here to the Intel Extreme Masters. And EnVyUs hold on. 4 lives, 3 lives for TSM. Let's get over to Choba and the guys.
Thank you very much. Exciting first game, in my opinion. We have a lot to talk about, I'm sure. We also have a lot to get through, right? We've got to figure out who's playing in match number 2, what map they'll be playing on. Before we say anything, I want to remind everyone at home, you should be able to start voting on the next map to be played. Now, again, there will be 8 envelopes. We'll just randomly select one of your tweets/votes, put them into those envelopes, and then the winning team will go up, select one of those envelopes, and that will just be the map that's played. So you basically influence the likelihood of that map being played. That should be pretty fun to watch. We'll get to that in a little bit. But really quick, just first impressions of EnVyUs more than anything, right? We said coming in, not sure how they're going to perform, but here they are.
Yeah, I mean, for a team as fresh as them, this is a very important kind of win that's going to really put their self-confidence up there. Seeing that they're actually making progress and things are working for them, and very important. At the same time, quite the opposite for TSM, to be honest with you, what happened last weekend as well.
Yeah, definitely not a slow start at all. Like we were talking about, usually they tend to start a bit slow. Their two new players, performed way above maybe what you'd expect. I mean, you step into a new team, it could be hard to find your right role. They seem to play super well. They still obviously have retained the ability to play really well with pistols. We saw like all the EnVyUs eco rounds were still very powerful. So a lot of really good signs. This is very exciting. This is, I think, almost the best case scenario. We really want a strong EnVy team.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we saw Apex really, he was playing phenomenally.
I mean, you said it, right? One way or the other.
Exactly. And now we saw the good side of Apex. Almost 30 frags in his first match, official match with EnVy. I mean, if you're an EnVy fan, you're going to be really excited. But at the same time, that's the problem with Apex is how can he really do that consistently? He's not been able to before. Let's see how he does in EnVy.
Right. Well, hopefully we'll find out for those fans of EnVy the positive side of that this week. But we'll see. Maybe they'll have a little bit of Rocky Road, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. So TSM now down to 3 lives. It's going to start blinking when it's 2 lives. The hearts just start blinking as we go down to 2 and 1. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, the map vote is wrapping up. Just a couple of seconds left. So go over to esl.gg/IEM. Vote for your last chance to see which map will play on match number 2. Will it be Cobble again? Maybe we'll see some other fan favorites. You guys get to vote. And as the vote closes now-ish, I don't actually have the buzzer myself, but as it closes, we're going to jump over to the stage with the winners, of course, EnVyUs and OJ, to see which map we'll see for game number 2 and also which 2 teams will play.
So here we are on the stage. First off, you called it. You said TSM didn't know that map. A fantastic win.
Yeah, I mean, I know beforehand that TSM was not that great on Cobblestone, so we just play on their weaknesses. It was like pretty obvious, and we almost got a flawless T side, even if we made a lot of mistakes on City. So yeah, not a lot to talk about.
And this new lineup for you, it looks strong.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was like a great grade for me to call because everyone was like really listening and just doing what I said, and it really went smoothly. And as an in-game leader, it really is a really great feeling when your player are just 100% in the game and just focused on what you're saying and executing what you say.
Well, fantastic. Well, you're about to, if you come this way and just look at the team members over there, we've done the map vote. It's come from the community. I can tell you the map that's been chosen is Dust 2, okay? So if you look at the 4 teams there, who of these teams, which 2 of the teams, is going to play on Dust 2? Who are you going to choose first?
Mouse Sports.
Mouse Sports. Mouse Sports is first. Why are you choosing them? Hometown team?
I like Gobi.
Okay, so Mouse Sports, and who are Mouse Sports going to play?
They're going to play Renegades.
Mouse Sports versus Renegades. Germany versus Australia. So there we go. The teams are chosen, and we'll find out and see that game after this break.